How's it going, everyone? Famine52 back again, and today we're taking on Barthandelus in Final Fantasy 13. Let's get going. Alright, welcome back, everyone. In the last episode of Final Fantasy 13, we basically did all of the Palamecia as we could. We took on this, honestly, kind of obnoxious long room here. Got the 8 treasure spheres, took on a couple bosses, and reunited with our party. And we are here in front of the main decks entry hall. So before we move on, we are going to have what a lot of people consider to be the hardest boss battle in Final Fantasy 13, and I do have to admit, my first time through, this fight took me a handful of attempts to get through, but I am here to help you get through it, so that you could do what you need to do and get moving on. First and foremost, when we come to equipment here, I should probably back up from that. For our party members, our leader is Lightning. We cannot change that right now, but we also have Saz and Vanille. Saz because he's a synergist as well as a pretty good Ravager and an alright commando. And then Vanille because she's a pretty good Saboteur, she's a pretty good medic, and she's a pretty good Ravager. So all of that is going to help us in the fight going forward. Now for equipment, here on Lightning, I have the Gladius as her weapon. I have the Rune Bracelet to give her a 10% buff against magical damage. And I also have the gold bangle that we picked up in the last episode to give her just that little bit more HP. Then for Saz, to show that it is possible to do this without upgrading any of your weapons, I have taken off his duelers, and I have put on the Procyon, which is going to help with stagger maintenance, so slightly extends the duration for which enemies remain staggered. Hopefully we'll be able to get that. There is still a little bit of RNG in this fight, on whether or not Barthandelus is going to break out of your stagger or not. Not really much you can do about that, but it is what it is. We also have the Titanium Bangle for, again, that added HP. And then we have the Brawler's Wristband for some added strength. And then for Vanille, we have the Healer's Staff with the Improved Cure, which slightly enhances the restorative effects of cure spells. Then we have the Rune Bracelet, again for that magic defense. And then the Titanium Bangle, again for HP. Now, for our paradigms, we're going to start with Aggression, which is going to be Commando Ravager. Then we are going to have our Ravager in the Tri-Disaster. We also have Devastation, which is Commando Saboteur. And Smart Bomb, which is Ravager Saboteur. This is for a little bit later in the fight, once we're able to actually debuff Barthandelus, so that we could deal damage and at the same time debuff him. And then we have Ravager Medic, which is Perpetual Magic. This is for when we need to heal, and we can still do a little bit of damage. And then at some point we are going to need to buff ourselves up. So we have Even Odds, which is Medic Synergist Saboteur. By the time we need to buff up, we should also be able to debuff Barthandelus. So Lightning is going to be doing the healing, and Saz is going to be buffing us up, and Vanille is going to be attempting to debuff Barthandelus. And yeah, that should be good for what we need to do. One more thing before we move on. Go ahead and bring up your shrouds. Go ahead and throw a Fortizol on yourself, as well as an Aegisol. Now, these two right here in battle, they do only last for 5 minutes. So be aware of their existence and how long they are lasting. But hopefully that 5-minute timer should give us enough to get through the first stage of the fight. So with that all set, let's go ahead and get going.
for you, Nabat.
Your Eminence, please escape. I'll cover your retreat.
Why don't you leave, Jill? Or rather, take your leave. Humans have no business here.
What? Your Eminence!
What? Magic? Monster! People are not yours to use!
What else does one do with tools? Cocoon is a factory built by Valsea. A factory for the mass production of human thralls.
Not anymore, it's not.
What can mere men do? Without our help, death is all of which you're capable. You saw the fools, a mindless mob drunk on fear of a viewless sea.
If they only knew a Lassie was the one filling their glasses!
The sea? You mean me? Oh, child, perish the thought. I am more than that! I am Valsea. My name is Barthandelus, voice of the Sanctum and Lord Sovereign of the Cocoon Valsea. Your kind feared the darkness, so we gave you light. You begged us for the purge, and did it not come to pass? Now you spurn our counsel. You must learn your place.
Cocoon's nothing to
Alright,
you.
so first and foremost, let's go ahead and throw a Libra scope here. And take a look here. So Barthandelus Prime, if you will, has a couple of things. First, he is resistant to all forms of damage, as well as being immune to all status ailments. So that is relatively annoying. On top of that, he has 462,000 HP, chain resistance of 100, and absolutely no stagger point. So he is, in this current form, impossible to stagger. Now, the reason why I threw a Libra scope instead of just using Libra is because he has other parts. Like the right pauldron here, absorbs fire but is weak to ice, and is able to be staggered. There's also the right Alietta? Ow. It's a thing. Which absorbs lightning, is weak to water. Then there's the left pauldron, which again is weak to lightning and absorbs water. And then the left Aliette, which for some reason the Libra didn't quite get. But that is another thing. Once we destroy these 4 exterior parts, Barthandelus himself becomes a lot easier to deal with. So that is going to be part and parcel of what we need to do in the very beginning. So we are going to be targeting one of the pauldrons, and then we're going to go from there. Let's go ahead and do the right pauldron. Why we are not blitzing, I don't know.
You're open!
Alright, now that we have that done, let's go ahead and switch to Try Disaster. And go ahead and get this thing staggered. And he is going to be doing a lot of damage here in the beginning. So just do your best to deal out as much damage as possible. Let's go ahead and Give this one more attempt. If this doesn't destroy the thing, they're going to go into aggression anyway, because we also need to take care of the Aliette. Get this thing ready to go. Let's go ahead and blitz it a couple times, because we can also hit the face still. And then back into Try Disaster. And then once we take this thing down, we are going to heal. And throughout the fight, he will upgrade his magic. So instead of casting like water and thunder and all of that, he will be casting Watera and Thunderga. And that right there is a thing that lets you know that he has upgraded. But right now, let's go ahead and go into Perpetual Magic.
You can do it.
Get ourselves some Cure on. While Saz is also doing his best to deal some damage.
Thanks.
And there we go. Let's go ahead and drop into Aggression. I'm going to go ahead and manually blitz the Aliette. And now let's go into Try Disaster. Get this thing staggered and taken care of.
You are ignorant of your place.
Alright, and let's go ahead and go into Aggression here so that we are able to stabilize the left pauldron and then directly back into Try Disaster. Alright, we got it staggered. And it should be going down here in a second or so. Let's go ahead and drop into Aggression real quick. There we go, we got it down. So let's go ahead and go back into Perpetual Magic. And let's go ahead and take a look at Barthandelus now. Now the only statuses he is immune to is going to be Poison, Pain, Fog, and Doom. And as well as that, all of his magical resistances have disappeared. His chain resistance has dropped to 75, and we can see that he has a stagger point of 250. He still has a boatload of health, but that is a lot easier to deal with. So let's go ahead and heal on up. She does not have Cura yet. Very well. So let's go ahead and heal up Vanille, and then I'll go into not go into Aggression. Let's go into Devastation first, because at this point, Vanille is going to be able to get some debuffs on him, hopefully. Come on, get those debuffs. I'm going to go ahead and throw a potion. You know what? I am also going to go into even odds. No. Perpetual Magic is better. Now let's go ahead and cure up Saz. Beautiful. Back into Devastation. Vanille does not look to be doing anything more, so let's go ahead and go into Try Disaster. And our buffs are starting to wear out right now. So we are going to go ahead and do our best to raise his stagger up to 600. Actually, no. Right now, I'm just going to go directly into aggression. Because if you let him build up enough stuff right here in this 30 seconds, he will unleash a powerful attack. So you want to deal as much damage as possible. When he groans like that, you will know that you have successfully dampened that ability. But lightning is about to die, so let's go ahead and heal on up. And right now, let's go ahead and drop into even odds. So that Saz could start buffing us, and Vanille could start debuffing him again. Alright, so we have that Destro going again. So let's go ahead and drop into a aggression here.
Barthandelus.
There we go. Let's go ahead and go into Perpetual Magic. And use a Phoenix down on Vanille.
Witness my power.
Then after this round of cures, we are going to go into even odds so that lightning could heal up Vanille. Then now let's go into Smart Bomb. There we go, we got the stagger. And let's go ahead and go into Try Disaster now. So something about this attack is it does completely reset his stagger gauge. So you do need to worry about, or you do need to work on getting him re-staggered. Which is what I meant by there is a little bit of RNG when it comes to the stagger. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go back in even odds for a round. Actually, no. Let's go into aggression. And then perpetual magic. Heal us up. Alright, now I'm going to do even odds. Have Saz get haste back on Lightning and himself. And he is staggered, so let's go ahead and go into aggression. Because that's going to happen basically right away. But there is the win. And we got a 4-star right there. And 6,000 CP. As well as the Entite Ring. And our Crystarium expansion.
The Fal'Cie running the Sanctum.
Then, I guess it wasn't Eden controlling things after all.
As I said, I am Lord Sovereign.
Guess Fal'Cie don't go down as easy as the rest of us.
Ease is not the issue. You have not fought to win. You should know quite well already the sure way of dispatching our kind. Ragnarok.
What's Ragnarok? Ah! Ah! Ah!
Pitiful Lassie, you've forgotten your focus. Ragnarok is the beast one of you must become in order to lay waste to Cocoon. You have had the dream. One among you will become that monstrosity. Defeat Orphan and destroy Cocoon.
Orphan?
The font of Eden's power. Orphan fuels Eden with strength, and Eden in turn sustains you and the rest of our kind. Destroy Orphan, and you'll release a force such as this world has never seen. Cocoon will be torn asunder.
So if I did that, destroyed Orphan,
Your focus will be fulfilled.
so what? Who says it has to be?
Sarah asked us to save Cocoon before she turned to Crystal. Save it! And that's what we're gonna do. Sarah was trying to tell us how to complete our focus, and we have...
Allow me to help you see the truth of things. The moment you arrived, your friend wept crystal tears. This was because her focus required that you be brought together. That girl did nothing but assemble the tools for Cocoon's destruction. Did it never occur to you? Or did you simply refuse to countenance the thought? If you will not face the truth, then face the peril of your plight. Run, Lassie. See how stark reality is.
Come on!
This is bad! The yoke's jammed! Knew it was a trap!
Something's coming!
Not so fast, Lassie.
Hang on! Huh? The hell kind of ship is this? Fighting on its own?
Clever, aren't you?
Can we do something?
Got me! I give up!
The shield!
All right, so after the scene, the game itself will ask you to save your game. I believe if you are still playing on 360 or PS3, it will ask you to change your disc at this point as well. But that is going to be the end of this episode, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, this is Famine52 signing out, and peace.